Hello YouTube, Calcifer050 here with a Madolche deck profile for you. Now, this is my new main deck, and I have been, doing relatively well with it. I've made some changes to it recently, but I haven't been able to test it out properly. So, without further ado, of course, there's the 3 Madolche, the 3 Kitten, the 3 James from Pokemon, the 3 Doggy, and now for my tech choices. 1 Marble Maid, 1 Butler, and 1 Chevalier. I just like Chevalier a lot because it's an easy 22 beater. Not much can get over that. Butler Usk, it's an extra access to my field spell, and also with the field spell on the field, it's a 2k beater. It beats Sun, it beats Ryo. And Marble Maid is just great to sit behind and to recycle the spell and trap cards as and when I need to. Then for some more tech choices, 2 Dragodia. I find these work a lot better than anything else hand trap wise in the deck. And my own little tech, Gale the Whirlwind. Now the reason I like Gale the Whirlwind in this deck is because it gives me access to Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is a ridiculous card in this deck. Just for the sheer fact of recycling the field spells, and not only that, but when you do recycle the field spell and put one in the graveyard, it makes Tiramisu's effect active. It makes her effect able to use at any time, so it's all about making those effects live, really. For the magics, of course the Terraforming, 3 Chateau, only 2 ticket. I think 3 is a bit much. I did test 3 for a little bit, but I kept drawing into it far too often. Dead draws, bad top decks, you name it, it was happening. And 1 I don't feel is enough. I wasn't drawing into it enough to really benefit from it. So 2 is a good balance for me. Monster Reborn and Dark Hole. You'll notice that there's no Heavy Storm because, well, there's no real need for it in this deck. I've put it in the side just in case though, as you'll see later. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, pretty helpful regardless. 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Now this card is my personal tech choice again, simply because all 3 Messenger Lato and the Chevalier are all warriors. They keep getting recycled to the deck, so 9 times out of 10 I will always have a target for it. They just help speed that deck up a little bit more just to help it out. And then finally 2 Double Summon. Again, bread and butter of this deck. It gets some of the best plays off instantly. Now for trap cards, pretty standard. 2 Torrential, Starlight Road, Solemn Judgment, 2 Mirror Force, Ultimate Offering. This plus Madolche equals game every single damn time. And then 2 Madolche Palooza as well. Palooza's an amazing card. You can use it in so many different ways to help you to go off on plays, just to do everything you need to do. You can also use it to defend yourself, because you can drop all the Madolches in your hand. Your opponent either will not attack them and they'll go back to the deck, or they will attack them and they'll go back to the deck anyway. So you don't really waste the materials, it just saves your life points. It's a really, really good card. Absolutely amazing in this deck. For once, they released a theme-specific trap card that works. Good one, Konami. Right, extra deck now. For the Synchro monsters, I run 1 Gaia Knight, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, and 1 Stardust Dragon. Stardust is mainly for the Starlight, hence why I don't run any 5s or anything like that. Black Rose and Ancient Fairy because the most often I'll make is 7, and these 2 cards are just ridiculously nice in Ghost as well. And of course Gaia Knight in case of the 3+3 plays. Then for the Exceed monsters, 2 Zen mains, 1 Leviathan, 1 Leviair, 1 Invoker, because Invoker's quite good in this deck, believe it or not. For the simple fact, again, the same reason as Reinforcement of the Army is great. 1 Shockmaster. It's busted if you can get this out, which you can actually get this out very quickly in this deck. 1 Double Summon, or even, things like that can just easy access to Shockmaster. A couple of games in the regionals I had Shockmaster first turn. Some of them I didn't win, but still, having Shockmaster first turn is one of the best plays I could imagine in this format. One Excalibur, again, because of the amount of warriors in here, it's just helpful to have a little bit of a beat stick. One Maestroke, MVP, besides the other cards, Utopia, and of course 2 Tiramisu. This is the most busted card I've seen in a long time, but it's good. It's not broken, it's just good. It does require a Madolche card to be in the graveyard for its effect to activate. However, once it does activate, that's it. Bang, 2 cards off the field. And it doesn't destroy them either, so you can get around all those little loopholes and all that rubbish, and, you know, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, now for the side deck. I run 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Maxi, standard hand traps, only helpful in the side deck to me, 2 Cyber Dragon. Again, it's just a good Thunder King beater, a good standard monster to drop when you're in a sticky situation. I don't bother running Chimera-Tech Fortress. Gear Gears aren't as popular anymore, and Mackinac Gear Gears and all that. You just don't really see them as often, so I don't really feel the need to run Chimera-Tech. 2 Gemini Imps. I hate Dark Worlds as much as I've done in the past, and I always will. It's also remotely helpful against Mermails with their Mill and Glacier plays, etc. But more towards Dark Worlds. The Heavy Storm I spoke about earlier, again, the card's too good not to run, so putting it in the side deck was probably the best choice I made. 2 Traps done. Very helpful against the Chain Burn decks, which I've been seeing a lot more of them recently, and I'm not liking it. 2 Goes and Match, because again, apart from the Tragodias and the Gale of the Whirlwind, they're all Earth. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors as well, because of how much I hate the Dark Attribute matchup. So that, in a nutshell, was my Madolche deck. Yes, I'm still using the same mat, and I will do for a long time. So if you've got any comments to make on the deck, leave them in the comment section below. And as for anything else, well, take care YouTube.